Welcome to our fascinating journey into the world of sleep, that remarkable state that consumes nearly a third of our lives. Today, we're diving deep into the science behind sleep, exploring why we need it, how it actually works, and what makes it so vital for our health and well-being. Imagine your brain as a bustling metropolis. During your waking hours, it's like London at peak time, streets crowded with activity, information zipping about like cars on motorways, and neurons firing like thousands of office workers rushing to meetings. But just as every city needs its quiet hours for maintenance and restoration, your brain requires its own downtime. That's where sleep comes in, transforming your mental city from chaotic activity to organized restoration. Let's explore what happens when you first begin to drift off. The process of falling asleep is rather like watching a sophisticated dimmer switch in action. As you lie there, your breathing gradually slows, your muscles begin to relax, and your body temperature drops ever so slightly. Your thoughts begin to wander, becoming more dreamlike and less focused. Scientists call this stage 1 sleep, and it's just the beginning of an incredible journey. As you sink deeper into slumber, you enter stage 2 sleep. During this stage, something quite remarkable happens. Your brain begins producing special patterns of electrical activity called sleep spindles and K-complexes. These fascinating brain waves help to process memories and protect sleep from disruption. It's rather like your brain setting up security guards to ensure you get proper rest. Then comes the deepest sleep, stages 3 and 4, also known as slow-wave sleep. This is when your body kicks its restoration work into high gear. Growth hormone is released, muscles and tissues are repaired, and your immune system gets a proper boost. If sleep were a play, this would be the serious drama portion of the performance. But perhaps the most fascinating act in this nightly theater is REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. During REM, your brain bursts into activity, becoming almost as busy as when you're awake. Your eyes dart back and forth beneath your closed lids as if watching an intense tennis match, while your body becomes temporarily paralyzed, quite a clever safety mechanism, preventing you from acting out your dreams. This is when your most vivid dreams occur, as your brain processes emotions and experiences from your day. Why do we need all these different stages of sleep? Well, think of your brain as the world's most sophisticated library and filing system combined. During your waking hours, it collects countless pieces of information, new experiences, conversations, things you've learned, problems you've faced. Sleep is when your brain's librarians come out to sort through all this information. They file away important memories, make connections between different pieces of knowledge, and even help solve problems you've been struggling with. That's why solutions sometimes seem to magically appear after a good night's sleep. The role of sleep in memory and learning is particularly fascinating. When you learn something new, whether it's a French verb or a tennis serve, your brain creates temporary connections. During sleep, these connections are either strengthened and made permanent or discarded if deemed unimportant. It's rather like a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble, keeping what's needed and removing what isn't. Sleep also serves as your body's maintenance crew. While you're off in dreamland, an army of cellular workers gets busy repairing damaged tissues, fighting off potential infections, and regulating various hormones. These hormones control everything from your appetite to your stress levels. That's why a poor night's sleep can leave you feeling ravenous and irritable the next day. The amount of sleep we need changes throughout our lives, rather like how a car needs different amounts of fuel depending on how far it's traveling. Newborns need a whopping 14 to 17 hours, young children require 10 to 12 hours, teenagers need about 9 hours. Yes, they really do need to sleep that long, and most adults function best with 7 to 9 hours. However, it's not just about quantity, quality matters tremendously. Think of sleep quality like making a proper cup of tea. You can't just throw a tea bag in cold water for 2 minutes and expect a proper British cuppa. Similarly, good quality sleep needs the right conditions and time to work its magic. Your sleep cycles need to progress naturally through all the different stages we discussed earlier. The consequences of poor sleep are far more serious than many people realize. Short-term sleep deprivation can affect your mood, concentration, and decision-making abilities. It's rather like trying to drive a car with a foggy windscreen. Everything becomes more difficult and potentially dangerous. Long-term sleep deprivation can lead to more serious issues, including weakened immunity, increased risk of various health conditions, and even impacts on mental health. So, how can you improve your sleep? Well, sleep experts recommend creating what they call good sleep hygiene, a rather funny term that has nothing to do with washing. Here are some key practices. First, make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. It should be cool, around 18 degrees Celsius, dark, like a proper cinema, and quiet, or with consistent white noise if you prefer. Blackout curtains can be a wonderful investment, especially during those bright summer evenings. Establish a consistent sleep schedule. Your body loves routine. It's like catching the same train every day. Try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time, even on weekends. Yes, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. This might include a warm bath. The subsequent cooling of your body temperature actually helps trigger sleep. Reading a book, but perhaps not an overly exciting one, or practicing some gentle stretches. Think of it as creating your own pre-sleep ritual. Avoid screens before bedtime. The blue light from phones, tablets, and computers can confuse your brain into thinking it's still daytime. It's rather like trying to fall asleep with someone shining a tiny sun in your face. Here's an interesting fact to conclude with. Humans are among the few animals that prefer to sleep in one long block of time. Most other mammals take several shorter naps throughout the day. This might explain why you feel that overwhelming urge to doze off after lunch. It's actually quite natural. Understanding sleep helps us appreciate just how remarkable this daily process is. It's not just a period of unconsciousness, but rather an intricate symphony of biological processes working together to keep us healthy, happy, and mentally sharp. So tonight, When you're settling down for your nightly rest, remember that you're not just going to bed, you're embarking on an incredible journey of restoration and renewal. Sweet dreams, and may your sleep be deep and refreshing.